You don't give space for rebellion because it's a seed.
And Savior shall rise upon Mount Zion to judge the mount of Edom, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. And you are that Savior.
Why do we fall ill?
Good morning and welcome to News Update on Acnn TV. The Federal Executive Council has approved the reintroduction of toll collections on some selected dual carriageways across the country. This is as exempted diplomatic, military, paramilitary vehicles, tricycles, motorcycles from the scheme. The decision was made almost 2 decades after the Olusegun Obasanjo's administration dismantled all toll plazas on federal roads across the country in 2003. Minister of Works and Housing Babatunde Fashola stressed that the open tolling system to be reintroduced would not commence until the affected roads were motorable, while operational agreements would have to be negotiated with relevant government agencies. Zambia's President Edgar Lungu has cast his vote in what is a keenly contested election in his southern African nation. Lungu, who is seeking re-election, will try to fend off perennial opposition. 59-year-old Hakainde Hichilema, though in total 16 candidates are vying for the presidency. Lungu came to power in 2015 after winning a disputed snap election to finish the term of President Michael Sata, who died in office. He was then elected to a full 5-year term in 2016, although his main rival, Hakainde Hichilema, alleged fraud. Hichilema is making his 6th run for the presidency in this election. Zambia is one of Africa's most stable democracies. Statistics from the Electoral Commission of Zambia show that some 54% of registered voters are 34 or younger. The country will go for a second round vote if none of the candidates get more than 50% of the votes cast in this election. And now a historic meeting between the foreign ministers of Morocco and Israel has been held in Rabat, Morocco. This is the first visit by a top official from the Jewish state since ties were normalized between Morocco and Israel last year. The end of the meeting, 3 accords had been signed. Nasser Bourita and his Israeli counterpart Yair Lapid signed agreements on political consultations, aviation and culture. Morocco was one of 4 Arab countries, along with the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain and Sudan, to agree to normalize ties with Israel last year under U.S. brokered deals. As part of the Donald Trump-led U.S. brokered agreement, Washington recognized Moroccan sovereignty over Western Sahara, where there has been a decades-old territorial dispute with Morocco pitted against Algeria-backed Polisario Front. And now in sports, Nigeria have dropped 7 places in the FIFA rankings published today. The 3-time African champions maintained their position in May, the last time the rating was released. However, that changed this time as there were international friendlies. The Super Eagles dropped from 3rd to 5th in the continent and to the 34th spot globally, having accrued 1,480 points. Nigeria failed to win any of their 3 international games, losing twice and settling for a draw once. Senegal are ranked 1st in the Africa and 21st in the world with 1,545 points, while Tunisia's Cabbage Eagles are now 28th globally and second in Africa after accruing 1,515 points. Globally, Belgium retained top spot, while Euro 2020 winners Italy moved up into the top 5 behind runners-up England. The next rankings will be published on 16th September 2021. The UEFA will pay Chelsea €5 million for winning this year's UEFA Super Cup ahead of Villarreal. The top European football governing body will also pay Villarreal €3 million for losing the UEFA Super Cup final to Chelsea, as Chelsea defeated them 6-5 on penalties in the UEFA Super Cup. Hakim Ziyech opened scoring for Chelsea before Gerard Moreno restored parity for the La Liga side as the match ended 1-1 after 120 minutes. And that's the news update brought to you from Acnn TV. More to come by 1:30 p.m. West African time. I am Charlesphilip Uwakolam. Bye for now.